Court is now in session.
Hello, dear traveler, and welcome back to Court Antics. I am the Chancellor, joined by Tony.
What up, you doing?
Well, first of all, we're here in Halo Reach
We are in Halo Reach
at night.
at night.
But also I'm pretty pissed off actually. Right? So I had a fun time editing this week when I went to take care of episodes 3 and 4 for editing purposes. The audio was messed up.
You might notice that this is episode 3.
Yeah, this is episode 3. So yeah, we're re-recording this because I'm real upset. And also I don't know if I'm being really loud right now or I have the gain set too high on my microphone. Hold on 1 second.
And while he does that, I'm going to take you into the mission. Currently traversing the side of a cliff, it looks like.
Yeah.
Sniper
So
rifle in hand.
we're sneaking around at night. Quick thing before I launch into the rest of that, me being pissed off is we found a communications blackout because of some Covenant installations on Reach, and we are trying to infiltrate them.
You know, this all sounds oddly familiar. I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu.
Yeah, shut up. So there's a setting in the audio editor that's supposed to help make recording easier and smoother, and it's supposed to reduce the CPU load of the editor on the system. Which I thought, hey, that's great because my computer is not doing a great job at doing Halo Reach, recording audio, and also recording the video. So I had that turned up really high, that setting, and it basically took the audio and it sent it through a freaking cheese grater. Anyway, I'm pissed about this. So we're re-recording these. Maybe I'll do better than last time. Who knows?
You will be a little bit more familiar this time.
Well, yeah.
So what I wanted to get into, obviously from parts 1 and 2, you know, we talked about how you are a little bit more familiar with the Halo franchise than most gamers.
Yeah, you could say that.
And so I kind of just wanted to use this opportunity to really actually just start into Halo lore. Some people, I think, don't know how deep some of this really goes and how much of a complete storyline there is from the beginning. So I know I told you before the episode that we were going to talk about the Halo timeline, Cliff Notes, Spark Notes edition, and then you were going to ask me a really funny question about that.
My question is, what do you consider the start of the Halo timeline?
Well, you see, I imagine most people don't know the salient details. So let's say stuff relevant to the games in particular.
Well, that's boring.
That's boring. Why is that boring? The games are exciting.
The games are exciting, but like there's a whole lot of nonsense in the books that I could take you through.
Well, see, you've just called it nonsense, so
well, yeah,
perhaps some of that can be excluded.
It's the fun kind of nonsense. Who is hitting me from close range? What the heck? Oh, there's you. I forgot.
So anyways.
Ah, dang it.
Like for instance.
1 second. Sniping takes up too much brain power for me. There we go. Okay,
see.
That's the big problem.
We're doing it.
So, okay.
So for instance, why are the Covenant here?
Okay. I mean, I guess if you're saying, like, let's start at what's relevant to the games.
Yes.
If, like, that's your... Oh. I forgot about that piece of garbage.
So, like, we might want to start with some Forerunner history. Some very baseline.
Okay.
Hold on.
How
Computing
deep,
power for sniping.
How deep do I go? Okay. Thank you, June. So the Forerunners. Okay, let me start way at the beginning because we got time.
Do we have a rough timeline as to how long ago the very beginning is?
Not exactly. So the very beginning is really the precursors.
About what, a couple 100,000 years ago? We're talking a couple million years ago?
Probably in the realm of million.
Okay.
Years ago, there were the precursors. The precursors were responsible for basically most life in the known galaxy.
So we started with the precursors, very creatively named.
Yeah. So the precursors are the ones responsible for like really advancing life in the galaxy, and they created a few really important things. So they created whoops, that's the wrong button. They created the Mantle of Responsibility and the Domain.
So the Mantle of Responsibility is what?
The Mantle of Responsibility is basically the thing that says it's essentially the power to govern the galaxy. Right? It says we are the smart ones, right? We have all these rules that we follow. And that's why we're best situated to be, your protectors or whatever.
Okay. And
Come
then
here, you piece of garbage. Yeah, I was gonna get kicked. Yeah, that was a dumb plan.
So the other thing they made was the Domain.
So the Domain is the really, really important thing. The Domain is a repository for basically any information that you can think of in the known universe.
Big library.
Yeah, because it collects the memories of everyone that connects to it. And I say that I give it that personification of it collects very intentionally, because it does act a little bit more like a living creature than anything else. That grenade is okay. For all intents and purposes, the Domain is a living thing in its own right.
Okay.
That grenade that was an awful bounce on that grenade.
So the precursors made these two things.
Yep, and there were the Forerunners and there were the humans.
So the Forerunners and humans came after or during the precursors?
So they came after the precursors, right?
So,
but the Forerunners, they wanted like sole control of all this stuff.
I do have a question real quick. Do we know what happened to the precursors?
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
The Forerunners, essentially, they wanted like full control of the Domain and the Mantle and everything, right? And the precursors were like, we don't really want to give it to any one race. So the Forerunners started a war, and the Forerunners won that war.
Okay.
So the Forerunners now have the Mantle.
They have the Mantle and the Domain.
Dude, come on. Yeah. Well, then, a little over 100,000 years ago, oops, I'm still crouched. A little over 100,000 years ago, I'm really upset about that. It's because that grunt dropped a plasma grenade when he died.
Yep.
But I don't know what actually detonated it, because it's not like he was throwing it. Anyway.
Nice double shot there, by the way.
That was really good. Where is that assault rifle? There we go.
So about 100,000 years ago.
Yeah, there was then a war between humanity and Forerunners, and the Forerunners were actually the ancient humans were actually really giving the Forerunners the business. It was crazy.
We were mounting a generational upset.
Yeah. The thing that stopped that was essentially Forerunners did win that war, but it was pretty close. And honestly, the thing that decided it is that the Forerunners were just like, we have another thing to worry about right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. The flood started to become a real problem.
Do we know the origin of the flood?
Yes.
Okay.
But 1 second. There's a whole lot of jackals with shields.
Yep.
I got 2 things, I guess. Who's trying to come in the bottom? Did I seriously only get one of them? Come on, man.
Nice shooting.
Not really, June. I'm kind of doing really bad as your teammate.
All right, there we go.
Nice, yeah. I say that and immediately get a headshot hip firing. Oh, there!
Nice.
I should not have hit that. That was nasty, bro.
Nicely done.
Well, June, you walked into my line of fire.
All right.
Okay, so the flood. So everyone around the same timeline, a lot of people had this like alien dog as a pet. right?
It was just a random.
Is this area cleared out? No, this field marshal is still here.
It was a randomly just generated alien species of dog.
Yeah, it was just like alien dog, and everyone just loved the thing, right? I forget, is this progress? Or am I... Yep, I think I did the same... I think I did the same thing when we originally recorded
I have
this.
a weird sense of deja vu once again.
I don't know why I think that's like the way to go.
To be honest, I would too.
Wait. Hold on. Are we... Am I stupid? Don't answer that.
Uh-huh.
Don't answer that.
Yep. I got you.
That is not the way to go.
No, it is not. I don't remember which way you went last time.
Dog, can I get an objective marker?
Huh.
Oh, this is bad.
Great game.
This is real bad. Wait.
We're doing it.
Wait.
All right. Yeah, this feels
Maybe.
like progress. Maybe. Possibly.
They're loading. Okay, yeah.
All right,
we're
excellent.
loading. We're good.
Very smooth there.
So this dog, right, is a really popular dog. And some of them got infected with this benign mold.
Just a randomly evolved benign mold.
Yeah. And in general, it actually made the dog like more desirable. People were like, "Hey, this makes the dog look pretty cool." Right? Nope. And so everyone wanted the dog with the mold. But the mold decided that it was going to evolve into the most dangerous parasitic life form that the galaxy has ever seen.
Wonderful.
And that's how the flood got started.
So basically, somebody was playing Plague Inc. with the Halo universe.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So the flood starts kicking around. The flood is quite dangerous.
Yeah, and so the flood at first was like, oh no, we can handle the flood. But then a really bad thing happened. Come on. Got him. Okay. A really bad thing happened, which is the Forerunners discovered that the precursors were not entirely dead. There was one precursor left. And he decided, you know what? All of you are going to die for what you did to my people. He got himself infected with the flood and essentially became its general. And turned it into a galactic threat.
Which is known as what?
He's the Gravemind.
Okay.
So, you know, if you've played Halo 2 or Halo 3 and you've met it's like that's the Gravemind is he started off as the last precursor that got infected.
Okay.
That he did it intentionally. He was like, yeah, I'm going to ruin all of your lives.
So the Forerunners, realizing they have a problem.
Yeah, so then there was a big issue. It was like, well, how do we deal with the flood? Okay? And that was the $1 million question. Well, the Forerunners had like a caste system where your genetics determined your job, right? And generally speaking, Forerunners like they get like these genetic imprints from their parents that turn them into like the ideal form for their job, right? So if you're one of the warriors, you get an imprint from your warrior father, and you become a Forerunner who is taller, taller, like stronger muscles, like all this other stuff.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah. And if you become a builder, then, you get all of the traits that a good builder needs, among other things. So the Master Builder essentially took control of the government and decided that the best way to handle the flood was to build a series of Halo rings. We called them Halo rings. A series of rings that could kill everything in the galaxy so that the flood wouldn't have anything else to feed off of. And the flood would eventually starve and die out. And then once the flood starves and dies out, then we can just we can just use genetic samples that we protected from the from the firing of the Halo array, to reseed life in the galaxy.
So is there a safe zone from the Halo arrays?
Technically, well, yes. There's the intended safe zone that the builders put in. Then there's also the unintended safe zone that the leader of the Warriors came up with.
Okay.
I didn't want to talk about him too much because I wanted to, like, if we eventually play Halo 4 sometime down the road.
Okay.
I wanted to save it for that, but because
we can. I just wanted to clarify.
It's because he's like my favorite character in the entirety of the Halo universe. The Diadact.
So I just wanted to clarify that there were safe zones. This wasn't the nuke everyone, including us button. This was the nuke everyone, but maybe a few of us button.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize I had a plasma grenade.
So
I would have thrown that farther if I had realized that.
So what's going on with the humans around this time?
So the humans were, when they lost the war to the Forerunners were like, what's like the most messed up thing that we could do in this situation? And the answer they came up with was, they essentially sent the humans back to the Stone Age in terms of technology. They're like, you don't get any more technology. Like, you're ruined. You're done, buddy.
No more fun. No more toys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So essentially, the humans were essentially like forcibly de-evolved by the Forerunners. Where did he fall? There we go.
Good clean pickup there.
Yeah. Who's up top there? Is that a jackal?
So humans are out of the
I think
picture.
it's a jackal.
Humans are out of the picture for a while.
Yeah, pretty much. There we go.
Now, granted, humans probably don't exist if the Forerunners had actually fired their Halo array, which means they probably didn't, if I had to guess.
Well.
Or did they?
Wow. So essentially, the big argument was the Diadact wanted to create what he called shield worlds, which are these little pockets of slip space that he stuck an entire planet inside of, to basically wait out the flood. It's like, hey, if we all hide in these, the flood will eventually die out. It's like the same thing as firing the Halo array, because their preferred food source is gone.
Except we don't have to vaporize the galaxy.
Yeah, except we don't have to vaporize everyone. The Master Builder didn't like that plan because it wasn't his plan of vaporizing everything in the galaxy. But the war eventually got so bad that someone just made the executive decision to fire the Halo array.
Is this a notable person that did this, or?
I don't remember who exactly pulled the trigger.
Okay.
I don't remember.
All right, but anyways, Halo array fired. What are the consequences of our actions?
The consequences is that the Forerunners, there's a lot of consequences. The most important one is that, well, the Forerunners that are left over are like, maybe we didn't deserve the mantle of responsibility, and so they, it's the librarian is like the notable one that's left. And the librarian is like, you know what? We're gonna reseed all life in the galaxy, and then we're gonna dip, right? We're just gonna leave, right? Forerunners aren't needed anymore.
Leave where? A new galaxy or unspecified?
Unspecified. They just kind of dipped.
Honestly, respect.
Yeah.
So they, I assume they passed the mantle on to humans.
Well, that was the intention. Oh, dang it! Somebody had a concussion rifle. Of course they did. Someone having a concussion rifle when my shields are down is no bueno. Yeah. Hold on. Where is that stupid elite that blindsided me? I gotta keep an eye out for him. Oh, there he is. Hey, come here. Come here. No. Stop running away from me.
Classic Spartan approach tactic.
Come here.
Just jump.
Come here. Come here. Piece of garbage.
There we go.
Yeah, so the intention was to leave humans the mantle of responsibility.
But unfortunately, the humans are in the Stone Age.
Right, so it was kind of just like, hey, we're going to wait until, like, you know, everything will work itself out. You know, the flood is gone, right? There's nothing to really threaten everyone anymore. So the Forerunners left all of their technology. Oop, this is very bad. Hold on. This is very bad. The Forerunners left all of their technology to the humans. Whenever the humans, you know, became evolved enough again to, you know, do something with it.
Yep. Okay.
That was the intention. Ah, dang it. Okay, he's out. Where's
Sounds
his
like it
grunt?
didn't work out like that.
Well, the problem is that all of the species that make up the Covenant ended up becoming a lot more advanced a lot quicker than humanity did.
This was because they found a Forerunner dreadnought.
It was for several reasons, but that was one of them.
They used that to reverse engineer some really nice ancient Forerunner tech.
Yeah, so I'm running out of sniper rifle ammo and I don't want to, but it's really difficult to approach with just a shotgun. That grenade's not going to get anybody. Yeah, so the San Shayum, otherwise known as the Prophets of the Covenant. Oh, hello. Hold on. Shields? There we go. Got him. The San Shayum had on their home planet, Janjir Khan, their home planet, had this this Forerunner dreadnought, right? That they just kind of hung around with. And there was a group of San Shayum who wanted to, you know, they wanted to take the Forerunner dreadnought, and they wanted to do things with it. They wanted to reverse engineer the technology. They wanted to fly it around. They wanted to, you know, see what's out there in the galaxy. But a lot of the others were like, no, that's a holy site. That thing is sacred. You're not allowed to touch it.
We're not allowed to desecrate that.
Right. So eventually the minority of the San Shayum that wanted to use the dreadnought as, you know, a warship, they eventually just snuck onto the dreadnought and just took off. They were just like, yeah, we're out. It's ours now. We're gone. Which, side note, in current timeline has led the San Shayum to be insanely inbred. That's a big problem for them. They all have they're basically like they all have to have like hover chairs to get around. You know, it's they're kind of pathetic actually.
That sounds like quite
honestly.
the pain.
Yeah. But it's just because like they split off from the rest of their home planet, and there was such a small group of them. You know, it was never really gonna work out genetically speaking. Anyway, they clashed with the Sangheili, but the Forerunner dreadnought was just too good for the Sangheili to deal with. So the Sangheili lost that war, and that led to the general formation of what is now the Covenant.
Okay. And the Covenant subscribed to the testimony and the beliefs of the San Shayum.
Yeah.
And the San Shayum believe they are the proper successors because they found the Forerunner dreadnought and they use its technology.
Yep.
But humans are actually the successors because we were around back then.
Humans are the successors because the Forerunner said so. So all of the species were around back in ancient
Okay.
times. But humans are the reclaimers. They're the successors. They're the reclaimers because the Forerunner said so.
Okay.
Because the librarian was like, yeah, these guys are going to be in charge from now on.
I hate to bring it up again. Not really. I like dogging on this show. The live action show makes it seem as if very special humans get to activate Forerunner technology.
Yeah.
I believe that is not accurate to
No.
canon.
It's not accurate at all. Ah, dang it. Do they hear me?
They probably hear me yapping.
I was trying to remain sneaky. Oh, hello, you.
But anyways, any human can just activate the Forerunner technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's any human. So like the really important things, like the halo ray. The halo ray can only be fired by a direct connection to a living human. Are those hunters here yet? I don't think they are. Who is shooting me?
All right, so
Got him. That was sick.
that takes us up to right around present time, as in what's going on in the game. So the Covenant aren't really super interested in fighting humans. They'll do it, but their primary goal is to find more Forerunner tech. Do I have that right?
Yeah. So that was their original intention. Is they've got like things scanning the entire galaxy for potential Forerunner artifacts. The thing that starts the war, the Human Covenant War specifically, is all right, June. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there, buddy. It's okay. Is that the Forerunners detect? Oops. This is bad. The Forerunner, or sorry, the Covenant detect just like a ton of Forerunner artifact signatures on this random planet. It turns out what they were detecting is just humans in general. And that's a big problem because humans were designated as the Reclaimers, according to their scanners.
And the Sanshayum are not jazzed about that.
No, because the
revelation.
Sanshayum are like, no, we're the ones that are taking over, everything that the Forerunners had. Not, the filthy humans.
Something,
right?
toxic religious power structure?
Yeah.
Okay. But, anyways, so that takes us up to the current point where Reach has a bunch of these Forerunner signals, I should say.
Well, right. So the thing is, that had to be hidden. So at some point, it's like detecting humans with their scanners wasn't widely known, but there are still other Forerunner artifacts that, the Covenant could scan for pretty easily, right? And so what starts this game, this battle here on Reach, is that they found a really important artifact on Reach. And that's why they haven't just glassed the planet outright yet.
What is the really important artifact that's here?
So in the books, it is a... Hold on. No, we're good. In the books, it's a slipspace crystal. So the Forerunners used special crystals to enhance their travel capabilities. And so slipspace crystals make slipspace more like normal space, essentially. So you're still traveling really fast, but like your navigation data and everything else works, mostly as normal.
Okay.
Is what the slipspace crystals allow for. All right. I think those are the only two active camo elites.
So the Covenant most definitely want this slipspace crystal.
Yeah. So that's in the books. That's what they're looking for. In the games, it's not really fully stated what they're looking for. Ooh, crap. Ooh.
Being on that wall was a little dangerous there.
Well, yeah, now I'm down some health, which is bad. What's up, boy? There we go. Is that both of them? No, it's not. No, it's not. There we go. That's both of them.
So they've come to Reach. They didn't know this was a huge human installation. They just knew there was a really nice rock over here.
Yeah, they just knew there was something here that they wanted. And also they're like, a lot of humans. Let's kill them. I mean, what else are they going to do? Like, at this point.
Yep.
Right, that's also why there's a huge, like, the Human Covenant War is essentially, it's an attempted genocide.
Yep.
Right? It's because the Sanshayum are like, yeah, we can't let people find out that humans are really important to the Forerunners. June? Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna kill them all. And
All right, then.
that's the plan. That's why they glass planets. That's why turn planets into giant marbles.
So is that why? Or did they find Reach by accident?
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially.
Well, it's dead now.
All right. So they come to Reach with a full invading party. I think we discussed this already. Them making it here without us being alerted well ahead of time is pretty unlikely. But
It's strange that the first Covenant contact would be a random Spartan team investigating a malfunctioning comms array.
right. Okay.
Is the idea.
All right. So while this is going on, the exact current events is Mr. John Halo Master Chief up on the orbital space station currently.
Yes. So the other thing of why it's like the Covenant definitely found Reach by accident is because the UNSC has the UNSC has one protocol that is more important. I'm gonna go back for a health pack. Hold on. June, hold the fort down. There's a health pack a little bit back to the gate. So yeah, the reason why the Covenant definitely found Reach by accident is because the UNSC has one directive that's more important than everything else right now. And it's called the Cole Protocol, named after Admiral Preston Jeremiah Cole, who's the greatest naval commander basically in the history of the UNSC. And so he came up with the idea of like, hey, what if whenever we're under threat from a Covenant capturing a ship, we just delete all of the navigation data off of said ship? And everyone's like, dang, Preston, that sounds like a good idea. So it's called the Cole Protocol.
Nice.
And that's exactly what it is. It's like if there's ever any threat of the Covenant capturing a human ship or a human station, it's you just type in a little command and all of the navigation data gets completely wiped, just demolished.
All right. So John Master Chief is currently
So
up
in
on the orbital space station.
Yeah, so in the books during the initial assault on Reach, there's an orbital station that wasn't able to initiate the Cole Protocol. And so that's such a big deal. I'm getting stuck on something. That the commander of the Spartans is sent, is like, I'm gonna take care of it. It's like this is huge. Like,
This is the baddest man.
yeah, it's like this is the biggest thing right now is deleting the nav data, because it's like, yeah, they found Reach, but we're not gonna hand them Earth on a silver platter just because they found Reach
Or anything else in between.
yeah. Gosh dang it, and I'm out of grenades to deal with these two.
So,
Where is June? June, please help me.
We'll obviously see the events of this game unfold, but while this is unfolding, the Master Chief obviously helps initiate the protocol on the orbital space station.
Yep.
And what does that lead to?
Well, so that leads to he brings two other Spartans with him. Where did he? Oh, come on, dude. I'm starting to get real mad. All right, we're going in. This is a really dumb idea. This should not be working. Ah! Nope. I see you, you piece of garbage.
All right, nice.
Okay. God, that was. This is really. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Okay. This part is really starting to make me mad. But at least I'm not dealing with shade turrets.
Yet.
Well, no, I blew up both of the shade turrets in this area. There's one more actually.
Yep.
There's one more. Where are you going? Where are you going? That's right. That's right. You're not going anywhere, you piece of garbage. Where was I on the timeline? Oh wait, hold on. Last shade turret, and it's pointed directly at me. Of course it is. Oh, sneaky. Nice one, June.
All right, so reminder, Master Chief has just finished initiating the protocol on the orbital space station.
Yeah, so the 2 Spartans he took with him were Linda and was it James? Oh, I think it was James that also came with him. That's important only if you've read the most recent Halo novel.
Which we'll assume you haven't.
Yeah, I have, but who knows
The
what
viewer.
who knows what you've read, viewer, if anything.
Anyways, the protocol's just been initiated.
Yeah, and in the process, Linda gets gravely injured, and James is presumed dead. He doesn't actually die. He shows up in empty throne. But for all intents and purposes, it's like, oh yeah, James died. Like, he's gone. So because Linda is in critical condition, John cannot go back planet side with the rest of the Spartan 2s, because he needs to get Linda, into either a medical suite or into a cryopod immediately.
Yep, okay.
Is his priority. Come on, I know the end of the mission is like right around here. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, so that's his priority. So that's why he doesn't go down to the planet with the rest of the Spartan 2s. He gets back to the Pillar of Autumn, is what John does. The rest of the Spartan 2s, they go planet side, and not a whole lot of them make it because
Of the events of this game.
Yeah, Reach ends up getting glassed. The only ones that do make it, they survive because they are miles underground. Which is the only way to survive a planet getting glassed, is you have to be miles underground. And even then, you have to find a way off the planet afterwards.
Which is probably more difficult than getting underground to begin with.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that pretty much brings us to this game. And we found the source of all the communications blackout, which are these giant spires that the Covenant has erected.
All right. And
we took care of the Covenant
at
night. And here's the real kicker about losing those 2 episodes, is that the next mission, Tip of the Spear, is my least favorite mission in the entire game.
And we get to do it again.
And I have to do it again.
He gets to do it again.
Yeah, also, we never fully clarified. I am the one on the sticks for this. So yeah, along with me just ranting endlessly about Halo, I'm also the one that is playing the game this whole time. So that's fun. That's pretty sick, right? That's awesome. That's awesome enough for you to like the video and subscribe, right? Right, dear traveler?
That's awesome enough for if you have any lore questions, put them down in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm certain the Chancellor will get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'll figure it out one way or another. But that is going to do it for us today. Hope you had a great time. Once again, like the video, subscribe so that you don't miss out on my least favorite mission.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Safe travels.
Court adjourned.